Alright, so here's the deal about Urdak, right? There's a lot of crazy fights about this level, I would say. There's a lot of running around, but there's a lot of crazy fights that you're gonna have to actually do to complete this, right? And get to the end boss, right? So, how are you gonna do that? What's the easiest way to do that? Whatever. We'll run through that, don't you worry, but for now you gotta do a bunch of traversal, which I hope you love doing because, like I said, there's a lot of it in this mission. A lot of it is just the fancy, jump through the portal, and you have, you know, this cool little boost. It's almost like a huge dash. Yeah, it's a lot of this through the level, but I wouldn't worry about it at the end of the day. It's hard to mess this up as I mess it up, right? I try to go a little too quick through this section, and I lose like 20 armor for it. It's no big deal, but, seeing that the fight that's about to happen is about to happen, I kind of want my armor and health all the way up. And of course, I can't even do that properly, so that's cool. But now that we're actually on to the level, have to go a whole minute and a half almost running, we can start talking about the encounter. Now, immediately they spawn in the Maker drone, I think it is. That thing is just free health and ammo if you hit it in the headshot with the precision bolt or a ballista shot. That's free as you like, but the real thing you gotta worry about is the Cyber Mancubus and a Hell Knight that spawns in the bottom there. There's also a Revenant that's up top with you. That's why you saw me ice bomb the Cyber Mancubus and the Hell Knight, because I don't want to deal with them beyond that opener. After that, you just kill a few fodder guys and some Maker drones, and another Hell Knight is here, so it's a lot of killing the fodder so that new heavies come in after you've killed some heavies. As you can see, there's a whiplash as well, or two, maybe even three whiplashes. You know what to do with that. It's a lock on burst. Easy as you like it. The Hell Knight is down, so a Dread Knight spawns. I mean, it's not even that the Hell Knight was down that he spawned, but I thought I had killed him with the rocket earlier. He's not even dead, so the Dread Knight and the Hell Knight are trying to chase me with a Mancubus. Pretty much you need to just circle this entire area as much as you can so that they don't lock you down. So that you can actually safely take out all the heavy guys. Now you could try to make the Maker drone one of the last enemies you kill so you just get a bunch of ammo and health on the way out. But now that you're done, a little bit more traversal that you gotta worry about. Nothing special. We get through this no problem here. I do try to get some of my armor back because why not? And my ammo back, so it's just one of those things, man. As soon as you're done in an encounter, just refill as much as you can on everything that you can, and then dip, because you're gonna, want that armor, that health, all that, the gun health. You want all of that good shit going into any of the encounters. You just never know. Or if you do know the encounter, you probably know you're gonna want everything you can have to actually, do the encounter properly. As you can see though, a lot of traversal so far in this mission already. You've only really done one combat encounter by this point, but, you've done a lot more traversing. Right here though, bunch of fodder guys. Just get armor off of them. Get ready with the Arbalest for the Caco Demon and the Pain Elemental that spawns. There's a few Maker drones here that you can worry about, but like you see, they're one shot. They're not really things you have to worry about. Get rid of the Pain Elemental though. You could easily have used him to use the puzzle, like he could be in your jump off point to punch the statue. Because afterward you gotta go through all this more traversal. It's crazy, right? You could kind of skip all of this if you wanted to. You didn't have to fight any of that if you did not want to. But I choose to get him out of the way so that I don't take a lot of needless damage going into this next fight. Because this fight has a buff totem. Now obviously you want to get rid of the buff totem as fast as possible. You just run straight through and it's the first left after you run past the monkey bar. Buff totem's right there. That's an easy fix. It's probably one of the safest routes you can take as well. because if you go to the left, you might run into the Arachnotron, and you don't want to do that when he's buffed up by the buff totem. After that, though, you take out some Maker drones, and some Prowlers are gonna spawn. It's not really anything crazy, as long as you use your movement and the monkey bars around here. It's just that as soon as you start progressing through, it's gonna start adding in some of the heavier demons, like, for example, the end of this has a Doom Hunter, so be ready for that. It's just a few Prowlers, so they're not that bad as long as you can nail them down and see where they're teleporting and such. You can also Ice Bomb it if you want. I don't, usually, but you do you. Taking out more of the Maker drones will make everything else spawn, right? And this is where the Doom Hunter spawns. Another Prowler. Just get rid of them, it's not something you have to worry about, really. But don't let them run free. A Prowler is just annoying enough where you have to prioritize him, but you don't want to leave him to his own devices because they can be annoying, right? So you choose whether or not to take him out immediately. There's a Dread Knight there as well. He's already gone because it doesn't take much to take them out. Ice Bomb, the Doom Hunter. I do the safe way, just plasma, but you really should be blood punching him whenever he's frozen like that because you get a fuck ton of damage. And then you pair that with the super shotgun as well. The thing is gonna get destroyed really quickly. It's just, I definitely understand that not everybody is gonna want to rush a Doom Hunter, even if it is frozen, because they don't stay frozen for very long. But you will get a lot of good damage if you do it. It's just high risk, high reward. If you're willing to do that, there you go. That's the strategy, right? If you're not, just play it safe. Keep taking out Doom Hunters how you've been taking them out. Don't really complicate it. After all that, though, some fodder spawn for you to get free armor. But it's really because there's a Baron in here. So you should, get any armor, any ammo, anything you need off of them. Take out everything else in the room other than the Baron, and then focus him. Basically treat it like a Marauder in this instant, where you don't really need to focus him down immediately, but you should get everything else that's annoying out of the room first so that you can deal with them properly. As soon as that's done, it was nice and easy. You just walk through the hallway, right? It's nothing crazy. You just go through here and they show you these cutscenes and the wheels aligning and whatnot. You start actually having real fights after this, okay? Right here is a good example of that, where immediately there's a Cyber Mancubus and a Maker Drone, and there's a few other things on the other side that, will come around to try and get you. But you can circle around here and just keep going if you need to run, so use the arena as you see fit. I kind of do just stay in this back corner a lot of the time, as you will see. The Remnant there, nothing you really need to worry about. So it is just kind of smooth sailing, taking out any guy that you need to take out. The demons here are very annoying whenever you leave them to their devices, so don't. Just simply take out all of them quickly. Then you'll know you're at the end when a Marauder spawns. And as you can see, as long as you fight him pretty much where he spawns, you can take him out really, really quickly. Honestly, isn't anything to worry about by that point. I hardly even got hit in that section, for example. But now we get to sit here and watch an unskippable cutscene. There's gonna be, what, 2 more of those through here? Each time we move one of those rings and we have to move 3 of them. Now, wouldn't be that bad if you just had to run this once, right? But if you're practicing this on Ultra Nightmare, or well, for Ultra Nightmare, sorry, then, you're gonna have to see this every single time you practice it. Can't skip it. It's a decent chunk of time. It can get annoying, is what I'm getting at. Jumping out of there, though, 2 Caco Demons. Nothing to really worry about. And that jumps you right into the next fight, which, not too bad at the start. But as soon as you get there, you take out a few of the demons. Nothing crazy, right? Archvile spawns right here. I recommend just Ice Bomb, Rocket Launcher. Bing bang boom. He's taken care of. Fly around a little bit more with this jump pad. go ahead and take out the Maker drones. I mean, it's nothing crazy. This isn't the section you're gonna have to worry about. It can easily get you, sure, but it's not as crazy as the ones you're about to do. I recommend leaving that BFG ammo here for after you've done these fights too, because you're gonna go to 2 different areas here, and you're gonna want that. There is a paint elemental here, by the way. You should watch out for that. I suppose I should mention it, you know? Oh yeah, and there is also a Dread Knight here. You know, take him out, and you should be good to go. After that, though, you either go left or you go right. Now, I went left because I wanted to get the tyrants out of the way first. Going to the right, you would have to fight barons and a bunch of other noise. This left side I found to be a little bit easier, even though there's a buff totem. It wasn't that hard to deal with, thankfully. There are revenants and whatnot here too, but I found that if you BFG off of the rip, you'll get rid of most of the annoying noise, and then you can just crucible the tyrant, ice bomb any whiplash that comes your way. Then there's a cyber mancubus and a mancubus that spawn. You take them out, you should be alright to take out any fodder after it, like the Maker drones and such. They aren't exactly fodder, but they might as well be. Mancubus, you know, dance around them however you need to. Get the armor you need. There is a mega health pickup in the middle. If you need a major amount of health or armor, you can just refill yourself and get to moving after that. Just kind of up to you. Depends on how much damage you take, you know? So, you do you. Take this run as safe as you can, because that fight can be scary. That's why you see me BFG off of the rip, just to make it that much easier on myself. Nice Predator suit upgrade though. I finally pick up immunity to barrel explosives here. I should have took that way earlier, because originally I thought that that is how I died on Arc Complex, but it turns out Arc Complex actually just got me. Like, I think it was the whiplashes that got me, for example, not a barrel exploding. If it was a barrel, it would have felt a lot better, because, you know, you could actually counter that a little easier. But no, it was just me in bad spots and yada yada yada. There's a lot of things I've learned since then in my one down so far, so just, you know, learn from your mistakes if you've also, you know, had failed attempts so far. After you've done all that, though, they send you back to this little crossroads section. This is where I get the BFG shot back, and we're just smooth sailing to the right side now. This side is a little bit stressful, alright? I'll be honest. That left side, there wasn't as many demons, but they were heavier, right? This side, there's gonna be heavy demons, and there's gonna be a lot of demons just in general. In here, though, I mean, it's just this Dread Knight that you really have to worry about, and a gargoyle. Like, who cares about gargoyles and zombies, right? I mean, I will say gargoyles are annoying if you know, get caught in their fury swipes or whatever, but you know what I mean. This section shouldn't get you. It's right here that you have to start worrying about. A lot of Maker drones. There's a Crucible spawn, and they spawn Cyber Mancubus off of the rip. You want to just prioritize those guys. Lead the Hell Knights around in, you know, a little circle so that they can't get you immediately. The Hell Knight isn't the problem, really. It's the Cyber Mancubus and some of the other guys shooting at you. So get both of the Cyber Mancubus. Make sure you're good on ammo, of course. There's several pickups for the chainsaw. There's several pickups for a lot of these things in here. This arena is a bit, you know, stacked, but it's also a little scary, because if they're putting a lot of that stuff in an arena, you can probably guarantee that you're gonna have to fight a good chunk of stuff in there. And with Maker drones in here, you have a good constant supply of ammo. So, use whatever you need to here, just play it safe. There's can't go demons, as you saw, so watch the skies. When the barons come in, just crucible it. I mean, there's no reason to hold on to the crucible after you've taken out the tyrant in the other fight. There's going to be another baron that spawns here as well. As you see there, though, I just BFG the entire room when he spawns in. It's an easy fix after that, and that fight is over. Now, I know I made this sound like it was like nothing, it was way easy, no problem at all, but that fight is very scary, and you need to take it very seriously in there. Just come up with a good plan, a good strategy that you can rely on. Not only can you rely on it, but it's also repeatable. So that's why you saw me using a BFG shot in the middle of that fight, because you fucking take out so much fodder with it. And if you time it right, the Baron is in that too, right? As you saw, he takes a shit ton of damage when he's hit just right with a BFG, as most things do. So that became a strategy I tried to replicate, and it became consistent. And because of that other BFG shot I used earlier, I was able to get the ammo back to use it there. It's the little stuff like that, planning out when you can use your BFG, when it's most efficient, when you shouldn't, whatever. There's a lot of that that you have to work through in a mission like this. So, practice, practice, practice as much as you need, and basically just feel as comfortable as you can with this mission before you do it, because it would be a shame to die here at Urdak, right here at the end, when you're so close to victory, where legitimately one more mission after this one, and the game is done. You don't want to play it risky out here if you don't have to. Find your consistent and safe strats, and just use them as much as you can. Repeat them over and over again until you can do that shit in your sleep. If you can do that kind of stuff in missions like this, you won't even worry about it. Like, for example, you don't even need to kill any of these fucking demons right here. Everything after you've aligned the rings is optional. So I just run past most of this noise, get to the actual end here, so that I can face the boss itself. And let me tell you, that's where the real fight is, people. The real challenge is fighting this boss without losing it because of your nerves and stressing over this, right? It's not like it's super hard, but it can be difficult. So the basic strategy is as follows. Just lock on bursts, two of them into a ballista shot. If you need any more lock on bursts, do it. But if you do it just right, you should get it in just two with a ballista shot to accompany it. As soon as you do that, you just meat hook up to her, do a blood punch, and you should be cash money. As soon as you do that, though, on your way down, if you can, get a headshot on one of these drones to get your ammo bank and a nice health bump. You're not going to have a lot of armor in this fight. Just accept it. Live off of the health drops. Try to play on the top of here, these little sections, as much as you can. Top of this area is your best friend until about right here when she starts to limit what you can do. So, on your way down, after you've done the blood punch, you take a quick glance, see what's safe, and you go to it. Try to make sure you stay topped up on ammo and health, because that's one of the hardest parts is, getting the snapshot on the head so you can get what you need, and then going right back into doing the damage, because you don't want the boss to do any of her moves at all. Essentially, you want to speedrun this. You want to go as quick as you can, but also as safe as you can. So, like, practice this until you have the control to do this quickly, because speed is a byproduct of control. So run this until you have it down like the back of your hand. I'm talking no problems at all. You know exactly what's going to happen in the fight. Do that and you should be good.